So now we can do this as a ratio proportion. Now, something that helps me when I am doing a problem with ratio proportion is to plan out my steps. It just helps me to kind of know and not lose track of where I am. So the first thing we can do here is go from our hours. And again, this is the same problem, right? So we already know our knowns and our unknowns. So we're just going to plug in for our proportions. So we can take our hours and we can get to minutes. And then once we've done that, we can get our milliliters and we can get that to drops. And then we can combine them together and get our drops per minute. So now that we have our steps planned out, let's set up our equation. So with this, we know that we have 8 hours, right? And we want to know the relationship to how many minutes that is. And then our little conversion here is 1 hour, we know, is related to 60 minutes. That's the relationship. And we see that our hours are both on the top and we have minutes both on the bottom, right? So once we've done that, then we can do our cross multiplication. So you're going to get your 8 times your 60 equals 1x. So what do we get here? 8 times our 60, we're going to get that 480, right? So x equals 480 minutes. So now we have figured out our hours to minutes, and we can take on our next step here, which is going to be getting our milliliters to drops. The next step is we need to figure out how many milliliters are related to our GTT, our drops. So we're going to put x GTT, our drops, and our relationship to 1,000 mLs. And then we know that we have 20 drops. Right here we see 20 drops per 1 ml, right? So once we have figured out that, we're verifying, of course, always verifying that our units match. So we have drops on the top and we have our mLs there listed on the bottom. So our units match. So now we can cross multiply. So you're going to get your x, our 1x equals 20 times 1,000. So we get our x equals 20,000, and that's drops. Now we have our 480 minutes and we know that there's 20,000 drops. So what's our next step? We have to put it together, right? So we need to figure out our drops per minute. So we're going to put our 20,000 drops over 480 minutes. Here we're going to go ahead and solve for this. We're going to divide, and you get the 42, which we should get the 41.6, right? Repeating again, in which we're going to round to 42 drops per minute. Great job. All right, so we see that we're correct, of course, with this.